Well guys, when we bought this house, I thought it was my dream house. And I was so excited about it, and we got everything moved in. And then I realized we don't have a pantry. It was okay because we have a ton of cabinets. And so I just figured we'll just put our food in the cabinets, which worked fine for a while until I discovered that every time I was going to the grocery store, I was buying food we already had. I just hadn't checked that particular cabinet. And so it was getting really, really frustrating, and I was spending so much time and so much money that I could have been saving if I just had a pantry. After doing a lot of research and discovering that it was gonna cost us a fortune to build this thing, and it still wasn't gonna have all the components that I wanted. So I'm gonna share with you guys today our IKEA hack pantry and how we've organized it. So we found the PAX system from IKEA. I want to show you guys how we're going to organize this, and hopefully some of these tips will help you guys in even just organizing your regular pantry. So first off, what I recommend doing when you need to organize your pantry, pull everything out first. Don't go buy the bins, don't buy the system, pull out everything that you have, because until you know what you shop for on a regular basis, you're not gonna know the best way to organize it. So I'm so excited to now finally have everything in one spot, and I'm gonna show you some of a few tips and tricks on how to get it organized and keep it organized and be able to open those doors, make out your grocery list real fast, and not have to keep buying everything over and over again. I swear, you won't believe how many cans of peas I have. So here is what our space looked like before. When we first moved into this house, we had these random tall cabinets that were too high for anybody to use. And guys, I'm 5'10" and I had trouble getting in these things. So we decided to take these out, and here is what we replaced them with. So here is our IKEA PAX system. And I will put in the description below the exact one that we got. But we ended up going with 2 side by side, and everything was from IKEA. The handles, the doors, everything is all IKEA. This system was perfect for this space because it was shallow enough to where we could put it there and it would not interfere with our attic door, but it was deep enough to be able to put, you know, our food, boxes of cereal, things like that. Now I will say one thing about this system. These boards, you know, they're press boards. So if you put some weight on these, I mean, they feel sturdy, but I have a feeling that over time, if I put all of my canned goods up high, I have a feeling that those shelves will start bowing. So I'm gonna put my canned goods down on the very bottom shelves, just so that I don't have to deal with any of that. On this side over here, we still have this whole other side to use, but I think I'm gonna make this side more snacks, just so that I don't have my boys rummaging through all of my stuff that I need for dinners, because that happens a lot where you know, open up the pantry to grab something that you had intended to use for a meal and it's gone. So I'm gonna have a cabinet that is theirs, that is snacks, and who am I kidding, saying theirs? It's gonna be mine too. I like snacks. But my meal stuff is gonna be over here. So I'm gonna start playing around with this and see what I can get going, and I'm gonna leave this running, but I'll speed it up so you guys don't have to just sit there forever watching me organize a pantry, because nobody has time for that. Okay, so I got my, this is kind of my random shelf. It's got Bisquick and it's got canned meats, which I'm not a huge fan of canned meats, but you know, sometimes you need them. I've got all my packets up here. I've got condiments right here. We've got other condiments and sandwich kind of stuff. So I've got like my jelly and peanut butter and pickles and salad dressings and some syrup, that type of thing. So this shelf is done. Now I'm going to move on to this shelf where I'm going to do my pasta and rice. I think that's going to be the land. These containers right here, I believe, are the Better Homes and Gardens containers. I will find that out and put that in the link down below. But I love them because they're the vacuum seal kind, so they keep things really fresh. Another thing that I like about these is I'll put my pasta in here, I'll put rice, but what I do with these, just a little tip, on the bottom of them, I get a dry erase marker and I will write how long. So for my pasta, the only thing you need to know about pasta is how long does it take to cook? Or at least for me, that's all that I need to know. So I just write on there the time that this pasta needs to cook. And the reason I use dry erase is because then I can just wipe it off. But because it has a little foot on it, it never comes off. Now, it will come off if you wipe it off, but like, I haven't had a problem with them smudging yet. And then for my rice, what I do is I write, same thing with the dry erase marker, the directions on how to cook it, because for some reason I always forget. But those are just some little tips that I have for you guys, just to kind of help you keep things nice and clean and crisp as far as your organization goes. I know a lot of people cut out labels and put them on the back. That's totally fine. But I just wanted mine to where you couldn't see any of that, especially because as your inventory gets low, you're going to see that label cut out on the, you're going to be able to see it through there. So I really like just writing it on the bottom. Now I will tell you guys, I love these little Lazy Susans. They are awesome. So I've got a big one up here that I have lots of sauces on, and I have found them in all different types. This has the little lip on it, which is kind of nice because if you get a little crazy with your spinning, it's not going to go flying off. So I'll put the link to all of this stuff down below so that you can see it. But I like the idea of being able to spin it around so that I can see everything. Now, if you do decide to put cans on one of the higher shelves, which is totally fine, I recommend putting it on the edges so that, you're right where that support is so that it doesn't create the shelf bowing effect. If you're really worried about that, you could always replace these, or not get these, sorry, because all of this is extra. You could always cut these shelves out of wood and you wouldn't have to worry about using their shelves. So they're pretty sturdy, but I could see with using this as a pantry how a lot of weight could really cause it to bow. So skip buying these if you know that you're going to have a lot of heavy groceries on it, and just cut it out of wood. And then the little holes in the side, they come with plastic ones, but you can easily get the metal ones. I mean, they sell these, they're standard size. They sell these at Home Depot or Lowe's. So you can always just replace these shelves. So one of my favorite things about the PAX system is that you can choose what you want for your system. Like, you can just do shelves if you want. You can do the drawers. They have the wire mesh drawers that pull out. They have just the flat shelf that'll pull out. They have a mesh shelf that'll pull out. I mean, they have so many different options. And the thing that I was really excited about with these drawers is things like bread and tortillas. They just go perfectly in here. And then you just pull that drawer out when you need. your bread. So I just liked it because it was all nice and neat. Everything had its place and everything was organized, and it made me happy. So there's my beautiful bread drawer. And then you can see everything that you have. Things aren't getting squished. It's really awesome. Hello. Okay, so this is going to be my canned vegetable shelf. And I got this little clear stair step guy. This was Container Store. And it's awesome. It may be the Home Edit Girls thing, but I love this. I have this stacked guy. Whoops. I have this stacked guy. And I have these guys. So then I have one of these. And that's gonna go over here. All right. So now to get the massive amounts of canned goods in here. I can't believe it. Everything fits. I was thinking I had so many cans that they were not going to fit. Well, that's exciting. That means I can go buy more cans. Which actually I do need green beans, so that's a good thing to know. Okay. So this side is done. Everything has its home, everything has its place. And now we gotta start on the other side. I spoke too soon. I moved my cart. I knew something was wrong. I was like, there's no way that I only have that many canned vegetables. And then I found this. Okay, we can do this. I did it. I emptied the bucket. I got all my veggies in here. Everything has its place. So excited. Okay, so I got the left side done and I've opened up the right side, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you first get it and you put this thing together. It is literally a box. Then you will have to pick out your doors, which is what I really liked, is that we could fully customize this thing. So you pick out your doors, you pick out what type of shelving you want, or if you want drawers, and then you add everything. So before I add, there are my shelves down there, before I add my shelves, I've actually got to finish building the drawer that's going to go on this side. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I already realized a mistake that I made. You're supposed to put these plastic tabs on the inside of this, and I screwed that one without it. So I had to take that off, consult with my contractor in there, make sure I was doing this right, because IKEA instructions aren't always the easiest. Okay, so on the drawer, and I'll back this up so you guys can see, the drawers have these little bitty holes. You're gonna have that guy and that guy. And what you have to do is you've got to put the metal piece over both holes. And so then you're going to take this little guy and you're going to stick him in here and press down. So you're going to keep this little piece going straight this way. So it's going to go away from the metal piece. And you're going to need to do that on both sides and keep it straight and keep it lined up, because we're about to put the drawer onto the little rack, and then these will twist in and it'll lock it in place. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the back of my drawer, and you're going to notice there's like a little notch right here. That notch is going to catch onto this little metal piece right here. So you're going to have to put your drawer in at an angle. But I'm going to put the camera down and show you, but I just wanted you to see specifically up close what you're trying to connect the drawer to. So this little notch is actually going to go into this hole right here. This is kind of an awkward angle, but this is going to be the left side of my drawer, but I needed to turn it sideways just so you guys could see the full shot. So your drawer is going to go in at an angle, and then forward. You're going to have to kind of reach over and feel where that little notch is. Okay. Now you've got to get under here and line up to make sure that this is over that hole. There we go. And now, what you're going to do, this is the easy part, and our final part, thank goodness, we're going to take this little tab right here, and we're going to turn it. So you're going to take this and twist it to the front, and that's going to lock that in place. So here is our IKEA drawer for our PAX system. Now it's time to put our shelves in, and then we've got to fill this up. I'm so excited. Now this is my favorite part about a drawer. You can put your chips in it, because chips are such a pain on shelves. They annoy me. Like, they stack up, they don't lay right, they fall over, it just becomes jumbled and cluttered, and you also never know what you have, or when you do find the chips that you want, they're crushed because they've been at the bottom of some pile. Another tip that I have is get a little mason jar, the short ones, and put that in your chip drawer. And you can put your chip clips, which by the way, you'll notice mine are all binder clips because we always lose them, and you can buy binder clips in bulk, which still somehow, after buying them in bulk, I only have 4. I just place this right inside my drawer, so it's always right here. because this is when you start looking for them, is when you're putting chips back. So it's always right here. I'm gonna shut my drawer and look. So for my shelves that are up high and at the very bottom, I'm gonna put things that I don't need to get to all the time. So I made a little basket with some overstock. So I've got some to-go containers, just like some little, they're called take-alongs, just some cheap little plastic containers, some paper plates, some back stock of, I have some extra parchment, I have some paper napkins, and then some little boxes, treat boxes, so if we made, a little treat for a neighbor. So all of that is up there because I don't need to get to this every single day. And then at the very bottom, I'm gonna put our back stock of things like our extra stock of juice because it's heavier, and just anything else that's extra, condiments that are extra will all go at the very bottom. So in our family, we always have grape juice in stock. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but if you have a stomach ache or you're worried about the stomach bug, try grape juice. I swear by it. Another thing that I'm going to put down here is I've got this little basket, and I'm going to put all of my reusable grocery bags in here so that they will now all be in one place. Guys, this is why I needed a pantry. 1, 2, 3, and this is back stock. I have one in my drawer that is full. These are extras. But because I didn't have a pantry, I had no idea each time I bought one of these. Oh, dang. So the great thing about me doing this project, I mean, aside from the fact of, getting a new pantry and clearing things out, is realizing what we don't have. So we have one package of peanut butter crackers left. We're completely out of applesauce. We do have some of the little baby food pouches, which I give these to Jack because I can sneak in vegetables that way without him knowing. But this is my snack carousel, not to be confused with my candy carousel. I keep the snack carousel low so that if little hands happen to open up this pantry and reach in, at least I know he's grabbing for something that I'm okay with him having. So this is Baby Jack's shelf. He has a snack carousel, a sippy cup, little turntable. This is probably one of my favorite things that I came up with. This little basket in here, which I know it doesn't fit perfectly, but it's okay. It holds his forks and it's his spoons, and it holds all of the accessories that go on to sippy cups, and it has straws. But then I have divided up the different types of sippy cup tops and snack tops, and they're all in a little carousel, and it's so much nicer than digging through. And then I've got this little thing to hold his bowls and plates. So this is Jack's shelf. So here's our snack cabinet. We've got our overstock on the bottom and grocery bags. We've got Jack's shelf with his snacks and sippy cups and plates and bowls and all that stuff. Then we've got our chip drawer, our cookie and cracker shelf, our candy shelf. The candy shelf is a little ridiculous. And then we have some more overstock things right here. Well guys, I have finished my pantry. I will link the items that I've used down in the description below, so if any of you are interested. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful crafternoon.